Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the famous Oriental Rabbanim of yesteryear. We've already covered around 200 different great rabbis here in the last 2 years since I've been starting this series. And here on העיר, it's going to be Hilula of a great rabbi from Tunisia, someone we've spoken about before, associated with other great rabbanim from Tunisia, Rabbi Haim Houri. He was a great rabbi. He was actually born back in the English year 1885 and passed away in 1957, to be precise, on the 26th of May. Naturally, העיר is the date of his yahrzeit of the great rabbi. I believe he was around 72 years of age at the time of passing. He would later on become the rabbi of the city of Gabs in Tunisia, really great city over there. And much can be said about the great Chacham. He was actually, as I stated before, he was born in the year 1885. His father was Abram Zaken, and his mother was Mevirka. And he was born in the island of Jerba. And I believe he was their only child, it was reported over. While he was a young man, he actually studied under great Torah auspices of Chacham Moshe Zaken Mazuz, really great rabbi, and also Rabbi Farji Alush, which I actually spoke about. I actually met some people from, I think, the descendants of Rabbi Farji Alush just recently also. The really great family of great Torah scholars also. And if I'm not mistaken, he was also working for a press company, a printing press at one stage also in his young years. And in the year 1903, when he was only 18 years of age, he received smicha, rabbinical ordination, and he was appointed a chazan and a teacher in the Kehila of Gabs, respectively. This is basically an island which is situated in south of Tunisia also. Eventually, he would return to Jerba, which had also a really great Torah community, where I was appointed a Dayan, a Jewish judge over there, and a great rabbi he became over there. I believe in the year 1926, at that point in time, the community rabbi over there was Rabbi Yitzchak Bukobza, a rabbi we've spoken about before. He would leave this area of Gabs, and Rabbi Haim Houri was called back to officiate in his stead. He founded many great yeshivot also. For example, he founded the Torah B'Chaim Yeshiva, as well as various different charitable institutions also. He was known as incredible for his incredible sermons, and the amount of kiruv he did was absolutely incredible also, and took care especially of the poor people inside the community. He was involved in the chinuch, in the community, in education, very much so. He had many of his books, pamphlets, distributed and established. He also established a public fund to finance the publishing also within regards to promoting Torah. He would try to be he always tried to be the first person to give his donation to the community, as to serve an example for the general public, because when a great leader takes initiative and leads something, many people, obviously we know, would also follow suit within regards to that. That's one of the greatest form to motivate a community or a people, a population, is when the leader actually starts doing the acts of chesed, let's just say, and the great acts, and very much he did that over here. It was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, during the Second World War, he was the Gabs community leader at that point in time, while unfortunately there was, while the Nazis were in power. Rabbi Houri was known also for his deep love for Eretz Israel, the land of Israel itself, and the great sages and different rabbanim also in Israel. He had a close connection to also. He was a huge supporter of immigration to the land of Israel, and he would very much, many people from Tripoli, from Libya, would actually travel on their ways to Tunisia in order to come to Israel, and he would host them also while they were on their journey to Israel. He had a love for settling the land of Israel and an excitement very much for that also. He was a member of also the organization called Ateret Zion Association that promoted study of the Hebrew language and of agriculture towards immigration to the land of Israel very much at that point in time. And I believe in the year 1954, it was approximately at that time period, he was around 70 years of age. Finally, he was able to emigrate actually to Israel. This 6 years when the Medinat Israel had been formed, naturally. He lived, I believe, at the start, he moved to Bnei Brak, and that was for a short tenure, it was a short period of time, and then would later on settle in Be'er Sheva over there. he translated many books, including various different books, including the Tziporen Shamir, which was actually by Maran Hachida, Rabbi Chaim Yosef Chaim David Azulay, the great rabbi who we've spoken about before, and authored 3 works, the Der Chaim on Torah and the Gemara itself, the Chesed Ve'emet, which contained different sermons and explanations, let's say commemorating various sages, and the Niflaot Gdolot also. And as we said before, he passed away in the year 1957 on the 25th of Iyar. So he spent several years living in Israel before he passed away, and was buried in Beersheba, in the cemetery in Beersheba. Also, much more can be said about the great rabbi also. Let's explore. We already spoke about some of his the various great rabbis that taught him, including Rabbi Moshe Zaken Mazuz, who we've spoken about before, Rabbi Farji Alush, also, who was a great rabbi. He was a great Dayan, also in Tunisia, and was head of the Jewish court over there, naturally, and Rabbi David Cohen Scali, which is actually interesting. We covered a video on Rabbi David HaKohen Scali in my main channel only a couple of days ago, because it's also his Hilula, I believe, a day before on Chaf Dalet Iyar. So very interesting, 2 days in a row to the great Rabbanim, the rabbi and the student itself, what happens to fall on that specific day itself. Various great Talmudim he had, including Rabbi Meir Yonah, who was a really, really great rabbi. I believe he had a prominent position as the head Sephardi rabbi in a city in Israel, if I'm not mistaken. Another one of his students was Rabbi Moshe Maimon, also, who was another great Tunisian rabbi, also. And also, it's interesting, he had close connection, also Chacham Machluf Idan, also we've spoken about, also in the previous videos also. He wrote, let's just look back at the books that he wrote again, just one more time, Der Chaim, which was on the Torah and the Shas, the Chesed Ve'emet, which was again the various explanations within regards to remembering the great rabbis of yesteryear, the Niflaot Gedolot, and the Matzah Chaim, which was actually drashot and the Kiddushim on the Gemara and the questions and answers also. And it's his Hilula. Please, everyone, light candles in the great rabbi's memory. It's in Chaf Hey Iyar. It's only 3 days before Yom Yerushalayim over here. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel over here, and don't forget to watch over the previous videos. We've already covered nearly 200 great Oriental Rabbanim of yesteryear. Let's hope we'll go through another 200 Rabbanim and keep going on and on. Very, very important. We learn about the great Rabbanim of yesteryear, especially during this time period. And the Jewish history, the Torah history, is absolutely incredible if you learn about it. So, wishing all a great day. Take care.